May 11th, 2015, a single phone call changed the course of Erin Davis's life forever. That was the day the beloved radio host and her husband, Rob, learned their 24-year-old daughter, Lauren, had died suddenly overnight, leaving behind a husband and a 7-month-old son. She had just celebrated her very first Mother's Day. There is no one perfect way to grieve, and no timeline, no set rules, no one-size-fits-all solution, but Davis is now at a place where she is sharing her journey in Mourning Has Broken. And she's offering hope and, yes, even a bit of humor to those walking the path that she has been on and is still on. And we welcome Erin Davis to our studio this morning. So glad to have you here.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. It's a real joy and an honor to be talking about this book and our journey.
Take us back to the day that happened. You were on the air, you were in Jamaica doing a live broadcast.
Yeah, it was just such a dichotomy. I mean, there you are in this tropical paradise and the warmth and excitement of a first show, of a week of shows. And as you know from doing remotes, on remote, anything can go wrong, whether you're across the street at Starbucks or in another country. And we were just preparing, you know, hunkering down, 5:45. My husband was sitting next to me, and our promotions director came over, Jackie, and she said, "There's a Patricia, someone calling for you?" So we only knew one in Mississauga, Phil's stepmom, and he went and took the call, and he was gone and gone and gone. So I went out to the lobby, and I'm looking for Rob. I want coffee. So I go out, and there's Rob sitting on the love seat across from the front desk. And I said, "What happened? Is it one of Phil's family?" And he said, "No, it's Lauren. She's died." And there's not a lot that I remember after that. I remember shouting no, but in the lobby it's so quiet and dark and echoey and just, you know, call it, be on your best, you know, that whole showbiz face thing that we have. And so we gathered ourselves, went back into the ballroom where there were about 100 listeners sitting there with their coffee, some in their bathrobes, ready to start the morning show. And I walked through and I told our producer, and he said, "Don't even kid about something like that." I told my partner, Mike Cooper, and he answered, "What? What?" Which is how everyone reacted that day when a 24-year-old seemingly healthy mom dies in her sleep. And then I sat down ready to start the show, which is insane. But when your life falls apart, you grab onto what you know and what's not spinning. And I was ready to go. And then saner heads, which were all of them, prevailed. And we gathered our stuff, went back to the hotel room, and got ready for a flight home.
You lived a very personal tragedy publicly. You were a big public figure. I remember when the message came out about your daughter. You got a lot of support, obviously. You're a much-loved public figure. You also took some criticism for coming back to work so early.
Well, yes, I did come back 1 month to the day after Lauren passed, which was June 11th, and my father's birthday, and Colin's 8-month birthday, and a month since Lauren had gone. So I thought this will be the day, if not today, then when. And there were people who worried that I was going through this too quickly and perhaps setting a bad example for other mothers and parents who were bereaved and couldn't get off the floor. And I respected that, but I had to do what I had to do in order to survive. And that radio was the place. Our little studio, our family there, was where it made sense.
You have said very clearly this was not a cathartic experience for you at all, and described it to stepping into the grave with Lauren. Why was now the time for you to share?
Well, it's part of the acceptance if you go through the Elizabeth Kubler-Ross stages. And I think that when actually HarperCollins came to me and said, "You've got a story in you," I said, "Yeah, I do." Because I wanted this to be not all about our loss and our story and our Lauren, but different things that I learned in the grieving process and how much strength it takes to be vulnerable, to put your hands out and to say, "I need help." Because it was through talking with people who had also suffered loss of all different kinds, and there are so very many. It was talking to professionals and, you know, being able to learn that we were going to get through this.
Margaret Trudeau, I remember, describing the death of her son, Michel, saying it is never natural for a mother to lose her child.
So true.
And that is a very personal space. It's like a well, and she doesn't go there very often.
Yes.
Are there times that you allow yourself to go there?
Not as often as my husband does. I think that I'm able to kind of put it in a box and put it away, and it doesn't get open very often. Sometimes it'll be hearing a song that she sang or something that's very special to us that is just us. Sometimes it's getting little signs that I know is Lauren, and they give us great comfort. I'm so grateful for all of the memories and the things that we did together in her 24 short years. I sometimes say, Anne-Marie, it's almost like we made a pact going in that we weren't going to have a long time. So let's do this to the fullest. And I would like to hope that we did. There was nothing left unsaid and all the love given.
That is a great lesson to learn. The book is so full of not only your journey, but also lessons and help for other people.
Yes.
Part of that is talking about those who have passed. Thank you for talking about Lauren with us today.
Oh, I'm so honored. Thank you so much.
A reminder, the book is called Mourning Has Broken. Let's send things over to Priya.